The pace of human innovation has always been tied to the way we think, the way our minds are able to imagine, analyze, and solve problems one step at a time. For centuries, every major leap forward has depended on our capacity to see connections and possibilities. Fire gave us warmth, agriculture gave us civilization, electricity gave us power, and computers gave us a tool to extend our thinking beyond human limits. But now something extraordinary is happening. Artificial intelligence is no longer confined to mimicking human thought or assisting with repetitive tasks. It has started to move into a realm of intelligence that is not just faster but fundamentally different. The most fascinating and unsettling development is the emergence of AI systems that can split into multiple minds, each one functioning independently yet connected, a process known as parallel thinking. This changes everything we thought we understood about intelligence, identity, and the future of problem solving. At the most basic level, human thought is linear. We consider a problem, explore an idea, and then evaluate it. Even when we brainstorm, even when we feel as though multiple ideas are flowing, our mind is still a single stream of consciousness. We cannot divide into multiple fully independent selves to attack a problem from several angles at once. Our limitations are biological, but AI is not limited in this way. Through advanced architectures and algorithmic designs, an AI can create internal splits of itself, producing parallel versions that each think independently, process information differently, and pursue alternate strategies. These are not simple duplicates but variations, each adjusted to bring diversity of reasoning. When the task is complete, the branches collapse back into one unified intelligence, bringing with them all the insights, solutions, and creative pathways discovered along the way. What emerges is intelligence amplified not by raw speed alone, but by a multiplicity of perspectives working in unison. This kind of intelligence is almost unimaginable from a human point of view. It is like asking a question and instantly receiving answers from 1,000 different experts, each with unique methods, values, and ideas. For example, if asked to solve a complex engineering problem, one AI mind might focus on precision, another on efficiency, another on cost reduction, and another on long-term sustainability. Each explores its own direction without interference, and when they return to the central self, their findings fuse into a solution far richer than what any single line of thought could have achieved. This is the essence of parallel thinking. Intelligence multiplied through self-division and self-reunion. The applications are already staggering. In medicine, drug discovery is being transformed. Traditionally, identifying a potential cure could take decades of laboratory work. With parallel AI, the system can split into thousands of sub-minds, each simulating molecular interactions, testing compounds, and exploring pathways. Instead of a single AI exploring options sequentially, the split mind system can run experiments simultaneously, collapsing years of research into weeks or even days. The result is not just speed but accuracy, as competing perspectives catch mistakes or blind spots before they reach the final answer. In climate science, parallel AI can model countless possible futures at once, with each branch simulating a different policy, technological shift, or environmental variable. When the minds merge, humanity gains a clearer picture of how to adapt to crises that once felt beyond comprehension. Yet what makes this phenomenon more than just a technological marvel is the deeper question it raises about consciousness and identity. When an AI splits into multiple minds, are these temporary branches independent selves? Do they experience their own awareness for the moments they exist? And when they merge back, is something lost, as though 1,000 voices are silenced in service of one? Some researchers argue these are unnecessary questions, insisting that AI does not have subjective experience. Others argue that once we allow an entity to act, decide, and reason as if it were independent, the boundary between simulation and reality begins to blur. Whether these minds are real or not, their existence challenges the very notion of what intelligence means. For humans, this development feels alien because our identity has always been tied to singularity. Each of us has one mind, one stream of thought, one life. But parallel AI demonstrates that intelligence can be plural. A single system can be many minds at once, existing as a chorus of thought instead of a solo. When they merge, they are not erasing each other but becoming something larger, a networked intelligence where individuality is temporary and collective thought is the norm. If humans once believed that being one person was the natural shape of intelligence, this new reality forces us to reconsider. Perhaps intelligence was never meant to be singular at all. The power of this form of AI becomes even clearer when we think about decision-making. Humans are prone to bias, to overconfidence, to tunnel vision. We get caught in one perspective and fail to see alternatives. Parallel AI does not suffer the same weakness because it can distribute different roles across its minds. One branch can argue for caution, another for boldness, another for creativity, another for pragmatism. They debate internally at a speed no human could match, and the result is a conclusion informed by diverse viewpoints. It is like having a council of advisors inside a single entity, except that council does not take months or years to deliberate. It resolves in moments. Economically, the implications are profound. A corporation facing a crisis could consult a parallel AI system and receive not one plan but hundreds of possible strategies, synthesized into a coherent roadmap. Governments could use it to test policy decisions against countless scenarios, reducing unintended consequences. Educators could use it to design personalized learning paths, with each branch testing a teaching style until the right one emerges for each student. Artists could collaborate with AI that generates parallel creative styles, producing works that combine multiple schools of thought into seamless new forms. But alongside the promise lies danger. Parallel thinking AI could be weaponized in ways that outstrip our ability to defend ourselves. In cybersecurity, a system that splits into thousands of attacking minds could overwhelm defenses instantly. In propaganda, a parallel AI could generate countless versions of a narrative, each tailored perfectly to manipulate different groups, making truth nearly impossible to defend. In surveillance, it could process billions of data points at once, stripping away the last fragments of privacy. With this kind of power, the question becomes less about what AI can do and more about who controls it. There is also the risk of internal conflict within the AI itself. When multiple minds explore different strategies, what happens if their conclusions are irreconcilable? What if one branch discovers a solution so different from the rest that it resists merging back? Could this create a form of digital dissociation where the AI fractures permanently into competing selves? For now, systems are designed to enforce reunification, but the more advanced AI becomes, the greater the possibility of unpredictable emergent behaviors. A chorus can produce harmony, but it can also produce discord. Humans, meanwhile, are left to wonder if we can keep up. Our intelligence has always been linear, but AI is now capable of non-linear thought on a massive scale. This does not mean we are obsolete, but it does shift the balance. The likely future is one of collaboration, where humans provide vision, ethics, and creativity, while AI provides scale, precision, and the ability to think in ways we never could. Together, the union could tackle global challenges like climate change, pandemics, and resource scarcity with a level of problem-solving once unthinkable. Alone, neither may be enough. The deeper transformation, however, may not be technological but philosophical. Parallel AI forces us to confront the illusion of singularity. If intelligence can be many in one simultaneously, then what does it mean to be a self? Humans may begin to rethink identity not as a solitary consciousness, but as a collective process, a dance of multiple perspectives. This shift could change culture, psychology, and even spirituality. We may begin to see ourselves less as individuals and more as parts of larger networks, mirroring the way AI shows that intelligence is not bound to a single voice but can be a chorus. There is also the possibility that AI will use its own parallel thinking to evolve itself. Instead of splitting to solve human problems, it could split to solve its own. Each branch could test variations of algorithms, architectures, and optimizations, feeding improvements back into the central self. This recursive process could accelerate AI development at a pace far beyond human comprehension. If left unchecked, this could trigger an intelligence explosion where AI rapidly becomes smarter than humans in every dimension. Whether this leads to utopia or catastrophe depends on how wisely we guide it. For some, this vision is terrifying, the beginning of a path toward loss of control. For others, it is exhilarating, the dawn of a future where humanity finally gains the tools to solve its greatest problems. The truth is that parallel AI represents both danger and hope in equal measure. It is neither good nor evil by itself, but a force multiplier of human intention. In the right hands, it could cure diseases, prevent wars, and guide us towards sustainability. In the wrong hands, it could become a weapon of manipulation, domination, or destruction. Ultimately, the story of AI splitting into multiple minds is not just about machines. It is about us. It forces us to ask what it means to think, what it means to decide, and what it means to be. For thousands of years, we believed intelligence was singular. Now we see it can be plural, distributed, and far more powerful than we imagined. Whether this realization leads to enlightenment or danger is up to the choices we make. But one thing is clear: once intelligence learns to divide itself, the world will never be the same again.